समझ नहीं आ रहा अपने सैलरी इंक्रीमेंट का क्या करूं।
बेटा इतना क्या सोच रहा है? अपने म्यूचुअल फंड्स के एसआईपी का टॉपअप करा ले। दिस इज द राइट टाइम।
क्या? समझ में नहीं आया।
बेटा इतना क्या सोच रहा है? अपने म्यूचुअल फंड्स का एसआईपी टॉपअप करा ले। दिस इज द राइट टाइम।
अब समझा।
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.
In what could be a major collaboration in the aviation sector, India is exploring the possibility of teaming up with France for co-development and co-manufacturing of a futuristic sixth-generation fighter under the Future Combat Air Systems Program, that is the FCAS. Initial talks have already been held on the possibility of India entering the program that was started in 2017 between France, Germany and Spain to ensure European sovereignty in defense and security. India has informed the French loud and clear that it is willing to look at joining the FCAS project in case it does not work out with Germany. Sources in the Indian Defence and Security Establishment told ThePrint, India's interest in Europe's troubled sixth-generation fighter program is not just about joining another aircraft project. It is about choosing where it wants to stand in the unfolding global air power hierarchy at a time when the US and China are accelerating ahead and Europe is struggling to keep its flagship combat program intact. What began as a symbol of European strategic autonomy is now at a difficult juncture, marked by industrial rivalry and diverging military requirements. At the center of the FCAS lies the next generation fighter, that is NGF, but the program is far more than a traditional aircraft development effort. It envisions a system of systems, a stealth fighter operating alongside unmanned remote carriers, all linked through a secure combat cloud powered by artificial intelligence. It promises adaptive cycle engines, enhanced stealth shaping, spectrum dominance, and deep integration across air, space, and cyber domains. For France, the aircraft must also carry nuclear weapons and able to operate from an aircraft carrier, a requirement Germany does not share. Those differences has triggered tensions between the program's principal industrial players, that is Dassault Aviation, Airbus and the Indra Sistemas. Disputes over leadership and work share have been sharp enough for Airbus to publicly float a two-fighter solution, separate French and German-Spanish designs connected by a shared combat cloud. Now, German Chancellor Friedrich Merz recently signaled dissatisfaction with the current structure, describing the impasse as technical rather than political. But in defense programs of this scale, the line between the two is often thin. For India, watching from the sidelines, the turbulence presents both risk and opportunity. The global race towards sixth-generation air combat is no longer abstract as far as India is concerned. The United States is pushing ahead with its next-generation air dominance, that is NGAD program, expected to feature optionally manned aircraft, collaborative combat drones, and next-generation engines. Washington already fields the F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Lightning II, giving it a mature stealth ecosystem that feeds directly into the sixth-generation development. China, meanwhile, has operationalized the J-20 and is steadily refining its indigenous engines and avionics upgrades. Beijing has also unveiled two new aircraft which people say are sixth-generation capable. For India, China's advances are not theoretical. They shape the military balance along the line of actual control and across the wider Indo-Pacific. Against this backdrop, India is developing its own fifth generation, that is the Advanced Medium Combat Aircraft, AMCA. The program aims to deliver stealth shaping, internal weapons bay, and advanced sensors, but induction is expected only in the mid-2030s. By then, the leading powers may already be transitioning towards the sixth generation operational concepts. That is where FCAS enters the calculus. Participation could expose India to combat cloud architecture, manned-unmanned teaming doctrines, and advanced propulsion research years before it could organically develop those capabilities. It would also deepen a strategic partnership with France that stretches back to the 1950s. Interestingly, since the late 1950s, the Indian Air Force has rarely been without a French fighter in its inventory, a continuity that has built institutional trust. There are, however, hard lessons from the past. India withdrew from the Russia-backed fifth-generation fighter program in 2018 over work-share disputes and concerns about capability gaps. Any FCAS entry would require clearly defined intellectual property access, industrial participation, and meaningful technology transfer, particularly in engines. The risks are substantial. FCAS could fragment, cost could escalate, political shifts in Europe could derail timelines. Yet, the strategic logic is difficult to ignore. If the United States consolidates sixth generation dominance under the NGAD and China advances in its own next generation ecosystem, Europe risks falling behind. And if Europe's program splinters, France may look for a reliable long term partner capable of sharing cost and ambition. India, with its growing aerospace ecosystem and deepening strategic alignment with Paris, could be that partner. The decision, if it comes, will not simply determine whether India joins another fighter project. It will define whether New Delhi remains a late entrant into the next generation air combat or becomes one of its co-architects. For The Print, this is Snehesh Alex Philip. Do subscribe to The Print's YouTube channel for more such videos.